All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get this cabin tour knocked out. I'm actually doing this the night before debarkation, which is not what I normally do. I normally do it the morning of, but my last cruise, I was running late in the morning and this was way too rushed. So yeah, I'm probably gonna start doing it at the beginning of the cruise because you'll see why here in a minute. I'll explain with MSC in particular why that matters. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this knocked out. This is a cabin tour of MSC Magnifica, room 12045, a cozy little interior cabin on deck 12. All right, so we'll start here at the door as per usual. When you come in for this particular room, the closet is to the right, and you got 3 separate doors here, and I'll go ahead and open those up and show you what's inside. This first one and the second one are doors to the same closet. This is where you have your hanging space and also the life jackets up top. And then I get a robe because I'm diamond, but I didn't actually use that this cruise, along with slippers. And that's it for these first 2 doors. Next door, we have where all the drawers and shelving are. We have, starting up there, we've got that shelf. This is where the safe is. And then these are a bunch of drawers, okay? So yeah, plenty of storage. I actually think MSC does a pretty good job with their closet storage compared to some other cruise lines I've been on. But yeah, so this room will be perfectly fine for 2 people. It actually is designed for 3, but closet space might be a little bit tight for 3. On the other side of the hallway is the bathroom, but we'll get to that at the end. Let's continue this way. Let me go ahead and turn on this vanity light so we can see that. It just lights up some little recessed things at the top. But this is the vanity. It's quite small, not a lot of space there, and it actually does come with this little cube over there to sit on, but I moved it out because that's where I stored my suitcase so I could have it folded open, which is over there. But anyway, so all of this stuff will come on top of your vanity. Like I said, there's a vanity light switch there. As far as outlets, we've got 2 of the 220 and 2 of the 110 American outlets. And then I have my little splitter there. That's a supercharger thingy, helps it charge a little bit faster and whatever, and also gives me 2 places to plug stuff in instead of 1. And I have another one, a smaller one, that I could have plugged in there, and that would have turned that into 2 more. So yeah, 2 turns into 4 pretty easily if you have those little things. That's it for power in this room though, so just keep that in mind. There's nothing by the bed or anything like that. We have a couple of drawers in the vanity. This one has tissue and some envelopes and stuff in it, and the one next door has the hairdryer. The hairdryer, I guess this is just a dock for it, but it looks like it used to be a different hairdryer before because this doesn't fit in that dock. But I did use that hairdryer because I had some wrinkles on one of my pairs of pants, and so I used, kind of the old steam method where you put a little dab of water and then use the hairdryer. It did get plenty hot enough for that. Let's see, what else? We got a couple of hooky things there, and then we have the artwork there. The bed, this is in the double configuration. Of course, this can be split into 2 twins, and there's a nightstand on either side, along with the remote and all of that. And of course you have a light on either side as well. When they have this in the twin configuration, I'm assuming those 2 will go in the center, which means you have 2 lights next to each other, I guess. But yeah, and then there is a light switch, the main room control light back here on both sides, so that you can control the room lights from there, which is nice when you're in bed at night and want to turn the lights off. Although for the turn down service, they turn on the vanity light, which does not, connect to the main light, switch. So I had to get up every night to turn the vanity light off anyway, but that's just how they do things here on MSC Magnifica. But yeah, You also have this Pullman here that of course will pull down and, you know, be a third bed. I'm not sure how comfortable that would be if these were into the two twins and it was against the wall over there with that down on top of it. I guess it would be kind of like a bunk bed, but you know, the same kind of clearance as you would get with a normal bunk bed. But I'm not sure I would like that much. But anyway, if you got to get 3 people in this room, you definitely can. And yeah, so this is why I want to start doing the tours at the beginning of the cruise, on MSC in particular, is because the last night they take an inventory of the mini bar and you can't open this, they lock it. It is just a normal mini fridge, like a regular fridge, but it is stocked with some sodas and bottles of water and I think a couple of beers and then like little liquor shooters and some mixers or whatever for those. And that's not included in your cruise fare or anything like that. Even if you have a drink package, these are the pricing of what they have in there. So yeah, be very careful. Some people think, well, I have a drink package, it'll be fine, and no, it won't. The only exception is if you're in Yacht Club, and maybe Aria, but I can't confirm that. But I can confirm that Yacht Club can use the mini bar at, you know, as much as they want without penalty or without being charged, etc. Trash can. The trash can actually is normally under the Vanity as well. I have it on this side of the room the whole cruise. Those are my clothes for tomorrow morning. And let's go ahead and move into the bathroom. That's all that's left. The switch is here. I already have the light on, but if you needed to turn it on and off, it's right here. It's on this side of the door, which is a great place to put it, because I've had cruise rooms where the light switch was on that side of the door, and it made it very inconvenient if I forgot to turn the light on before I went in. And yeah, so you also have the thermostat here as well. I set it all the way down to cool because I'm a naturally hot person. I don't mean that in a vain way. I just mean I'm a profuse sweater. But yeah, so we come in on the right, we've got a vanity here. This is a very standard MSC bathroom. Nothing to shout home about, but I feel like their bathrooms are pretty sizable compared to some other cruise lines, especially the showers are pretty good. So you'll have 2 cups there. I'm currently using the one for some water, but then there's some corner shelving here. You'll have 2 of these towels here. I used one, so it's on the floor to be cleaned up tomorrow. There is this outlet up here as well. You know, vanity lights, etc. Big mirror all along, all of that. You got toilet paper there, a place to put some hand soap. The soap actually does pump out of this though, so you don't really need hand soap in here. Yeah, so you'll have a couple of smaller towels there. I'm using that one, it's right there. And this is where they'll put the bath towels. These are the 2 big bath towels, and then this is for the floor outside the shower so that you can, you know, soak up any excess water. We've got information about stuff. Don't flush things you shouldn't flush. The flusher button, and then there's the commode. And then there's also a little brush there to clean things up if you make a mess or whatever with the toilet. Here is the shower. It's not glass. This class of ships doesn't have the glass yet. All MSC ships that are newer than this one do. But we do have this little bit of glass here, and then the rest of it is a curtain. But a good portion of the shower is solid wall. It's a very small kind of curtain wall. And the curtain, at least for me, didn't try to get too close to me while I was showering, which was a very welcome way to coexist. Here is the shower configuration. On other cruise lines, I've seen this rotated this way, but I actually think it's a good way to do it this way, because then no matter which type of room you have, whether the bathroom is on the right or the left, you won't have to reach across to turn on the water like I did in my most recent Carnival cabin. So, you know, that's a good way to do it. We've got some soaps there. The far left one is shampoo, the closer one is the shower gel. I did use those, it was fine, but I used my own like facial cleanser and stuff, and yeah, so, you know, whatever. We've got information about hot water. There's a little plug-in thing for that. This goes into to give you a clothesline to dry wet clothes, etc. I didn't actually use that this cruise. I usually do for like my swimsuit and stuff, but anyway. that is the shower head. And I'll pan down, whatever. Let me go back out into the room because there are a couple of things about this room that you should probably know. I should have started this in the beginning, actually, or mentioned it in the beginning. This is one of those rooms that requires you to have your key in the little slot, but it's an older version where you can put anything in there and it will recognize it. It does have my actual key card in there right now, but I was using the do not disturb sign to put in there and it worked just fine. There's the main light switch to the room, and then we circle back to the door where we started. I'll go ahead and give you a spin of the room so you can get an idea of how this all, lays out, etc. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I forgot there is a TV. We saw it earlier, but I don't think I mentioned it. But yeah, nice big mirror on that back wall. Lots of mirrors in here. I found it very hard to get angles for vlogging because I could see myself like 4 times in every position. But anyway, that's that. I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and you all have a good night.